I was lucky enough to. I grew up in LA area, it was rough back then, 20 years ago. Well, 30 years ago. I was lucky enough that I was at Everton, and I was off the street most nights at Everton training. So I didn't fall into any bracket or category of getting involved in the other stuff, all the stuff that goes on, but gets you in trouble. So I thought to myself, how can I give other people a chance, which I was lucky to have, and some people haven't got that privilege to get in. So we introduced that. I joined up with Reg, and we introduced that. So if we can do that, and I can take my own life skills and what I've gone through to help other people, girls, boys, I feel like I'm giving back, and obviously it keeps me busy as well. So that's why we introduced the Admiral Football Academy is based on the girls. The Admiral Sports Academy is based on the community. The different the football ones, people that actually want to go and evolve the career or be as best they can, and the sports side is more for community and inclusiveness.
You talk about there how when you were young, you were at Everton, and that kept you off the streets. And I guess now you are kind of doing that with other children in the L8 area, keeping them off the streets by playing football. It's a cliched question, but where do you think life might have gone in the L8 area for you if you hadn't been a footballer?
It could have went anywhere, to be honest with you. The area I was in, it was fighting. It was obviously back then. It was race versus race. It was whites and obviously black people. It was coming together. We've come out of toxic riots 5, 10 years prior. It wasn't a good place, and I grew up more towards the Granby area. So my friends were mixed. So I was lucky in terms of that. But then they always clashed because obviously the different races. So I could have went either way, and that was getting in trouble, getting hurt, going down the drugs route. It could have went anywhere, to be honest with you. And I am thankful that I did have an opportunity, and obviously it ended up my career, lucky enough. But you see some players, I think we see it all the time, and like we say, oh, he should have been the next best thing. He was the next best player, and all of a sudden they're in jail. Is that decisions, or is that the life you dealt with? And rather than going at a club or being in some sort of group, you end up mixing with the gangs, and then you end up in trouble.
Well, football obviously gave you that huge opportunity, and you are repaying that perhaps now. How can people help out in terms of the sponsorship of the children that you're working with now?
So there's the two separate sides. That the ones we're looking for sponsorship in terms of for the girls, and obviously that'll get advertisement on the social media at our training and playing facility with advertising. So, or either kit sponsors or training kit sponsors. That's for the girls. That is everything that sponsorship goes in will go back to the girls. We've just purchased them more kit, and we want to give them more kit for the winter period, i.e., hoodies, wet jackets, stuff like that. The school side and stuff like that is more for equipment, paying more coaches or mentors to come in to obviously widen it, because at the minute there's 2 and 3 of us, whereas if you could have 4 or 5, it'll share the workload and we can get into more schools. And it also helps just run projects, which we've got one in the pipeline at the minute, but we're just trying to build enough funds, which is Active Minds, and it's more for the older generation getting into the gym, getting out of isolation, getting them moving, getting them active. So that'll be one further down the line, but at the minute we're just building enough funds up to get the project going, which will cover us for 12 months. So with the scale of school kids to the older generation, which are lonely, we vary in everything we do.
An incredibly worthwhile cause then. How can they get in touch with you? What's the best way?
Obviously either through you, Matt, and we contact that way, or we can go on the social media, which is Admiral_24.